my name is Noah with Wizard Owl Arms. I'm going to do something with this SL8 and I'm going to take it and turn it into a G36. And I'm going to show you guys how to go about doing that. It's a very mysterious process. There's not a whole lot of info regarding how to do it online. The only person that really does it consistently is Tom Bostic with Tommy Belt Tactical. So I have all the parts that I believe I need, and I'm gonna hopefully share with you guys how to actually do it yourselves. So to start, I'm gonna show you, make sure it's clear. No magazine, nothing. So first things first, we gotta take this thing apart. So take this top rail off, just a little screwdriver. And it's these three little screws right here. Now as you can see, there's a tiny little, almost like a flat washer, but it's meant for sitting in the groove on both sides, except outside one is a little bit thicker than on the side with the head. I just go ahead and screw them back together, though then keep track of them easier. Alright, now that that's done, it just slides back a little bit and it's off. Never going to use that one again. There's a little takedown pin right here, right there at the back of the magazine well, right in front of the fire control group. Take that out, push in on your magazine release, and then pull your magazine well out, because this is getting ditched. Next, you're going to need a, yeah, of course it doesn't say it, but your SL8 will come with a proper Allen key to remove these two so that you can perform proper maintenance. Fire control group and stock comes off. Recoil spring and your bolt assembly. Now, depending on how you go about doing this process, you may or may not reuse this bolt assembly. What I did was I ordered the vast majority of my parts from hkparts.net.com, one or the other. And they have a company called GSG9, which is HK Parts made in America, and they sell semi-auto bolt carrier groups for the SL8 to work with a double stack mag. As you can see, mine's already pre-taped because I wanted to save a little time. Now, you want to do this for for two reasons, really. Buying parts from GSG9 is a good idea to help you avoid having to deal with 922R compliance, which is a really dumb law. Just, it's stupid. But you got to have a minimum of 5 American-made parts on an imported firearm. So for this rifle, the imported parts that I'm going to have is barrel, muzzle device, the magazine, because I'm going to be able to use Magpul magazines, and bolt carrier group, recoil spring. So I'm replacing a good many parts with American-made parts. So now that we've got it all disassembled right here, this is where it gets a little bit concerning for most, because most people don't like the thought of cutting up a perfectly good firearm receiver. Well, in order to get this stock block on here so that we have a folding stock and it looks proper, I'm going to have to cut up the frame. So I have my little Dremel tool, eyes and ears. But before I get to cutting, I need to figure out exactly where on here I have to cut. Now, you don't have to worry too much about being super precise with this, because what I'm going to show you is you're going to cut the piece off, but you're not going to cut so much that you screw the whole thing up. It's better to cut less and slowly work your way in and take your time than it is to try and get perfect on the first go and then accidentally overcut. So what I'm going to do is kind of just going to line it up just kind of like that. Though then I have a ballpark reference where on here we're going to be cutting at. I'm going to use some tape and put it along both sides. Just want to see ballpark. You just scoot it over if you need to. Try and get it as centered as you can. Alright, now that we've got that done pretty well, I'm just going to kind of come in here and eyeball. There we go. Now that I've got a line drawn out, I now have a ballpark idea of about how much I really need to cut off. The other thing you kind of have to watch out for, from what I can tell, is there is what seems to me 2 pieces of metal that run along the inside of the receiver, and on right here will be your serial number for the firearm, which will be important to keep. So I'm not entirely sure if I need to cut through all of it, but what I am going to do is try to cut to where I don't remove everything, if that makes sense. All right. Okay, now we've got the butt of it cut off. Now, there's another reason why I was being a little meticulous about doing this. You need to save this little plate right here. We're going to have to re-tack this in to the new. Now, the reason why we're going to do that is because we need the bolt carrier group to have something to slide on. And this is what does that. This is what allows it to keep from falling into the fire control group. So try not to mangle this little plate up too badly. And as I suspected, there was metal actually going through the sides of the receiver that you will have to cut through to rescue this part. And we're going to have to go through, clean it up, get it nice and smooth down, and whenever we're ready to put this thing together, we'll have to essentially epoxy it into place. But I don't think it'll be that bad. There we go. We'll also have to get the serial number out of here so that we can have it put into the new. So now that we've got this cut up, we can kind of begin to see it already taking shape. Now, how are we going to dial this in and get it correct? We're going to use our new fire control group, put it in there, and whenever we have the stock block lined up properly, we'll know because of the pin that goes through to hold the rear together, because we're replacing those two Allen screws that was holding it together. So we'll stop right there and we'll continue on the next one.